pirate bumper pass.
For today our pirate friend rises from indenture screen, struggles up and keeping soldiers. He's a pirate now indeed.
Here's good luck to Fredric's ventures. Fredric's out of his indentures.
2 and 20 now he's rising, and alone he's fit to fly. Which were bent on signalizing unusual red line.
Here's good luck to Fredric's ventures. Fredric's out of his indentures. Pour aboard the pirate ship, fill a pirate glass, and to make us more than very net, the pirate bumper pass.
Yes, Frederic, from today you rank as a full-blown member of our band.
My friends, I thank you from my heart for your kindly wishes. Would that I could repay them as they well deserved.
What do you mean?
Today, I am out of my indentures, and today, I leave you forever.
What? But this is quite unaccountable. A keener hand at scuttling a canard or cutting out a white star never shipped a handspike.
Yes, I've done my best for you, and why? It was my duty under my indentures, and I am the slave of duty. As a child, I was regularly apprenticed to your band. It was through an error. No matter, the mistake was ours, not yours, and I was honored bound by it.
An error? What error?
I may not tell you. It would reflect upon my well-loved Ruth.
Nay, dear master, my mind has long been gnawed by the cankering tooth of mystery. Better have it out at once. When Frederic was a little lad, he proved so brave and dead. His father thought he'd prentice him to some courteous seafaring. I was, alas, his nursery maid, and so it fell to my lot to take and bind the promising boy, apprentice to a pilot.
A ship's pilot?
A life not bad for a hardy lad, though surely not a high lot. Though I'm a nurse, you might do worse than make your boy a pilot. I was a stupid nursery maid, on breakers always steering, and I did not catch the word right through being hard of hearing, mistaking my instructions, which within my brain did gyrate. I took and bound the promising boy, apprentice to a pirate. A sad mistake it was to make and doom him to a vile lot. I bound him to a pirate, you!
Me?
Instead of to a pilot. I soon found out beyond all doubt the scope of this disaster. But I hadn't the face to return to my place and bring it to my master. A nursery maid is not afraid of what you people call work.
Hey!
So I made up my mind to go as a kind of piratical maid of all work. And that is how you'll find me now, a member of your shy lot, which you wouldn't have found had he been bound, apprentice to a pilot. Oh, Bob!
sweet one, for I've long pardoned you.
The two words were so much alike.
They were. They still are. Though years have rolled over their heads. But this afternoon my obligation ceases. Individually, I love you all with affection unspeakable. But collectively, I look upon you with a disgust that amounts to absolute detestation. Oh, pity me, my beloved friends, for such is a sense of duty. Once out of my indentures, I shall feel myself bound to devote my heart and soul to your extermination.
Well, Frederic, if you conscientiously feel that it is your duty to destroy us, then we cannot blame you for acting on that conviction. Always act in accordance with the dictates of your conscience, my boy, and chance the consequences.
Besides, we can offer you but little temptation to remain with us. We don't seem to make piracy pay. I'm sure I don't know why, but we don't.
I know why, but alas, I mustn't tell you it wouldn't be right.
Why not, my boy? It's only, hey, 11:30, and you're still one of us until the clock strikes 12.
True, and until then you are bound to protect our interests.
Well then, it is my duty as a pirate to tell you that you are too tender-hearted. Come now. For instance, you make a point of never attacking a weaker party than yourselves. And when you attack a stronger one, you invariably get thrashed.
There is some truth in that.
Then again, you make a point of never molesting an orphan.
Of course, we are orphans ourselves and know what it is.
Yes, but it has got about. And what is the consequence? Everyone we capture says he's an orphan. The last 3 ships we took proved to be manned entirely by orphans. And so we had to let them go. One would think Great Britain's mercantile navy was recruited solely from orphans' asylums, which we know is not the case.
But hang it all, you wouldn't have us absolutely merciless.
There's my difficulty. Before 12 o'clock I would, after 12 I wouldn't. Was ever a man placed in such delicate a situation?
And Ruth, your own Ruth, whom you love so well, and who has won her middle-aged way into your boyish heart, what is to become of her?
Oh, he will take you with him.
Well, Ruth, I feel some little difficulty about you. You see, I admire you very much, but I've been constantly at sea since I was 8 years old, and yours is the only woman's face I've seen during that time. I think it is a sweet face.
It is, oh, it is.
I say I think it is. That is my impression. But I've not had the opportunity of comparing you with other women. I might just be mistaken. True. And what a terrible thing it would be if I were to marry this innocent person and find out that she is, on the whole, plain.
Oh, Ruth is very, well. Very well indeed.
Yes, there are the remains of a fine woman about Ruth.
Do you really think so?
I do.
Well then, I will not be so selfish as to take her from you. And as to her, and in consideration for you, I will leave her behind.
No, it must not be. We are rough men, rough, who lead a rough life, rough, but we are not so utterly heartless as to deprive thee of thy love. I think I'm right in saying that there is not one man here who would deprive thee of this inestimable treasure for all the world holds dear. Not one! No, I thought there wasn't. Keep thy love, Frederic. Keep thy love.
Very good, I'm sure.
Well, it's the top of the tide, and we must be off. Farewell, Frederic. When your process of extermination begins, may your deaths be as swift and painless as you can conveniently make them.
I will, by all the love I have for you, I swear it. Would that you could render this extermination unnecessary by accompanying me back to civilization.
No, Frederic, it cannot be. I don't think much of our profession, but contrasted with respectability, I find it comparatively honest. No, Frederic, I shall live and die a pirate king! Oh, better far to live and die, under the brave black flag I fly. play a sanctimonious part with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well to do. But I'll stay true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king.
Hurrah for the pirate king.
And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king.
It is hurrah for the pirate king. Hurrah for the pirate king.
When I sally forth to seek my prey, I help myself in a royal way. I sink a few more ships, it's true, than a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class throne, if he wants to call his crown his own, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than e'er I do. For I am a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. I am a pirate king.
Hurrah for the pirate king.
And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king.
It is hurrah for the pirate king. Hurrah for the pirate king.
Apprenticeship Ends!
Oh, take me with you. I cannot live if I am left behind.
Ruth, I will be quite candid with you. You see, I admire you very much, but I must be circumspect. You see, you are considerably older than I. A lad of 21 usually looks for a wife of 17.
A wife of 17? You will find me a wife of 1,000.
No, I shall find you a wife of 47, and that is quite enough. Ruth, tell me candidly and without reserve, compared with other women, how are you?
I will answer truthfully, master. I have a slight cold. Otherwise, I am quite well.
I am sorry for your cold, but I was referring rather to your personal appearance. Compared with other women, are you beautiful?
I have been told so, dear master.
Ah, but lately?
Oh, no. Years and years ago.
What do you think of yourself?
It is a delicate question to answer, but I think I'm a fine woman.
Is that your candid opinion?
Yes, and I should be deceiving you if I told you otherwise.
Thank you, Ruth. I believe you, and I'm sure you will not practice on my inexperience. I wish to do the right thing, and if you truly are a fine woman, your age shall be no obstacle to our union. Hark! Suddenly I hear voices! Who is ventured to approach our all but inaccessible lair? Can it be Custom House? No, it does not sound like Custom House.
Confusion. It is the voices of young girls. If you should see them, I am lost.
By all that's marvelous! A bevy of beautiful maidens!
Oh, lost! Lost! Lost!
How lovely! How surpassingly lovely is the plainest of them! What grace! What delicacy! What refinement! And Ruth told me she was beautiful. Oh, false one, you have deceived me.
I have deceived you.
Yes, deceived me. You told me you were fair as gold.
And master, am I not so?
And now I see you're plain and old.
I'm sure I'm not a jot so.
Upon my innocence you play.
I'm not the one to plot so.
Your face is light, your hair is gray.
It's gradually got so.
Faithless woman, to deceive me, I who trusted so.
Master, master, do not leave me here ere you go.
Faithless woman,
Master, master,
faithless woman,
master, master, do
faithless
not leave
woman,
me.
to deceive me, I who trusted so. Faithless woman, to deceive me, I who trusted so.
My love without reflecting, oh, do not be rejecting. Take a maiden tender, her affection raw and free, and very highest rating has been accumulating. Summer 17, summer 17. Yes, your former master saves you from disaster. Your love would be uncomfortably filled, it is clear. My love on a
If as you are stating,
has been accumulating. 47
47 years.
47, yeah.
Faithless woman, to deceive me, I who trusted so. Faithless woman, to deceive me, I who trusted so. What shall I do before these gentle maidens? I dare not show in this alarming costume. No, no, I must remain in close concealment until I can appear in decent clothing.
Climbing over the rocky mountains, skipping rivulets and fountains, crossing where the wind blows quiver, passing where the windows quiver by the ever-rolling river, swollen with the summer rain, the summer rain, treading long and leafy daisies, dotted with unnumbered daisies, dotted with unnumbered daisies, scaling from the rocket passes, by the hardy little lasses, till the bright seashore they gain, presently. Remember, poor Papa is not as young as we are, and we came over a rather difficult country.
But how very delightful it is to be so entirely alone. Why, in all probability, we are the first human beings who ever set foot on this enchanting spot.
Except the mermaids. It's the very place for mermaids.
Who are only human beings down to the waist.
Not strictly to set foot anywhere.
Tails they may, but feet they cannot. What shall we do? Until Papa and the servants arrive with the luncheon.
We are quite alone. And the sea is as smooth as glass. Suppose we take off our shoes and our stockings and paddle.
Yes, the very thing!
Stop, ladies, pray! I had intended not to intrude myself upon your notice in this effective but alarming costume. But under these peculiar circumstances, it is my bounden duty to inform you that your proceedings will not be unwitnessed.
But who are you?
Sir, speak!
I am a pirate!
A pirate! Horror!
Ladies, do not shun me. This evening I renounce my vow profession, and to that end, O pure and fearless maidens, O blushing gods of ever-blooming beauty, I sore at heart, implore your kind assistance.
How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty. How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty.
Oh, is there not one maiden breast which does not feel the moral beauty of making worldly interest subordinate to sense of duty? Who would not give up willingly of matrimonial ambition to rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position? From his position. To rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position.
Alas, there's not one maiden breast who seems to feel the mortal beauty of making worldly interest subordinate to sense of
Oh, is there not one maiden here whose homely face and bad complexion have caused all hope to disappear of ever winning man's affection? To such an one, if such there be, I swear by heaven's arc above you, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you'd be, I'll love you. However plain you'd be, eyes on me. However plain you be, I'll love you. I love you. I love you.
Alas, there's not one maiden here whose homely face and bad complexion have caused a hope to disappear of ever winning men's affection.
Not one,
No, no, not one.
not one.
No, no. Yes, one. 'Tis me. Yes, 'tis me.
Oh, sisters, deaf to pity's name, for shame! It's true that he has gone astray, but pray, is that a reason good and true? You should all be deaf to pity's name.
The question is, had he not been a thing of beauty, would she be swayed by quite as keen a sense of duty?
For shame, for shame, for shame, poor wandering one, who thou hast surely strayed. Take heart of grace, thy steps retrace, wandering one. Poor wandering one, if such fair love as mine can help me find true peace of mind, why take it? It is thine.
Take heart, no need to love. Take any heart but ours.
Take heart, fair days will shine. Take any heart, take mine.
Take heart, no need to love. Take any heart but ours.
Take heart, fair days will shine. Take any heart, take mine. Take heart of grace, thy steps retrace, poor wandering one.
Wandering one. Wandering one. Take heart, take heart. Take any heart but
Gentle sister, say, propriety we know, says we ought to stay, while sympathy exclaims, free them from your tether, play at other games, leave them here together. Her case may any day be yours, my dear, or mine. Let them make her hay while the sun doth shine. Let us compromise. Our hearts are not of leather. Let us shut our eyes and talk about the weather.
Yes, yes, let's talk about the weather. How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it's May, and yes, it's rain, but yesterday, tomorrow it's rain for again. I hear the country wants a rain, yet people say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it's rain for again. I hear the country wants a rain, yet people say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it's rain for again. I hear the country wants a rain, yet people say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July.
Yes, this is exceeding gladness.
How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it's May, and yes, it's rain, but yesterday, tomorrow it's rain for again. I hear the country wants a rain, yet people say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it's rain for again. I hear the country wants a rain, yet people say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it's rain for again.
Dare the pirate roll for soul in guilty dreaming, and wake to find that soul with peace and virtue beaming.
How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it's May, and yet it's rain, but yesterday. Continue fine, I hope it's May, and yet it's rain, but yesterday. How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it's May, and yet it's rain, but yesterday. Tomorrow it's rain for again. People say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July, and people say, I know not why, that we shall have a warm July.
Yes, stay, we must not lose our senses. Men who stick at no offenses will anon be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade is. Pray you get you heads, young ladies, while the coast is clear.
No, we must not lose our senses. If they stick at no offenses, we should not be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade is. Nice companions for young ladies. Let us be soft.
It's a first-rate opportunity to get married with impunity and indulge in the felicity of unbounded domesticity, which will quickly be personified, conjugally matrimonified by a doctor of divinity who is located in this vicinity.
We have missed our opportunity of escaping with impunity, so farewell to the felicity of our maiden domesticity, which will quickly be personified, conjugally matrimonified by a doctor of divinity who is located in this vicinity.
By a doctor of divinity who resides in this vicinity. By a doctor of divinity. Of divinity.
better pause, or danger may befall. Their father is a major general.
Yes, yes, he is a major general.
Yes, I am a major general.
For he is a major general.
He is hurrah for the Major General.
And it is a glorious thing to be a major general.
It is hurrah for the Major General, hurrah for the Major General.
Oh, come here. I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical, from Marathon to Waterloo, and all to categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news. Oh, lots of news. Oh, I can't rhyme that. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good to integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings, animalculus. In short and matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
In short and matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral. He is the very model of a modern major general.
I know our mythic history, King Arthur's answer paradox. I answer hard acrostics, have a pretty taste for paradox. I quote in elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics I can floor peculiarities, parabolus. I can tell unduttered Raphaels from Gerodos and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. And I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Oh, dinner for. And a whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore!
And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore! And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore! And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore!
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Canacticus's uniform. In short and matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
In short and matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin. When such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm more wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat. When I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery. In short, I've a smattering of elemental strategy. Oh, now that is the hardest one to rhyme with. I can't think of it. Actually, that's not strategy. What?
Like on a horse.
I got it. That's it. Hey, you say a better major general is never strategy.
You'll say a better major general is never strategy. You'll say a better major general is never strategy. You'll say a better major general is never strategy.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still, I'm not just vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
In short and matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
Now that I've introduced myself, I should like to have some idea of what's going on.
Oh, Papa!
Permit me, I'll explain in 2 words. We propose
Yes.
to marry your daughter.
Against our wills, Papa! Against our wills!
Oh, you mustn't do that. May I ask? These are very picturesque uniforms. But I'm not familiar with it. What are you?
We are all single gentlemen.
Well, yes, I gathered that. Anything else?
No, nothing else.
Papa, don't believe them! They are pirates! The Pirates of Penzance!
The Pirates of Penzance! I've often heard of them.
All except for this gentleman, who was a pirate once, but who is out of his indentures today, and who means to live a blameless life evermore.
But wait a bit! I object to pirates as sons-in-law.
We object to major generals as fathers-in-law. Yeah! We waive that point. We do not press it. We look over it.
Ha! An idea. And do you mean to say, do you mean to say that you would deliberately rob me of these, the sole remaining props of my old age, and leave me to go through the remainder of my life unfriended, unprotected, and alone?
Well, yes, that's the item.
Tell me, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Oh, damn!
I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Orphan?
Yes, orphan. Have you ever known what it is to be one?
I say orphan. Orphan, orphan, orphan!
Now, I don't think we quite understand one another. When I say the word orphan, you merely repeat the word orphan. So as to my understanding, you are merely repeating the word to show that you understand me.
I didn't repeat the word orphan.
Pardon me, but you did indeed.
I only repeated it once.
Yes, but you repeated it.
But not orphan.
Stop! I think I can see where we're getting confused. When you say orphan, do you mean orphan, a person who has lost his parents, or orphan, frequently?
I beg pardon. I see what you mean. Frequently.
Aha! You said orphan frequently.
No, only once.
Precisely. You said orphan frequently only once. O men of dark and dismal fate, forego your cruel employ. Have pity on my lonely state. I am an orphan boy.
An orphan boy.
An orphan boy.
How sad an orphan boy.
These children whom you see are all that I can call my own.
Poor fellow.
Take them away from me, and I shall be indeed alone.
Poor fellow.
If pity you can feel, leave me my soul, remaining joy. See at your feet they kneel, your hearts you cannot steal, against the sad, sad tale of the lonely orphan boy.
Poor fellow. See at our feet they kneel, our hearts we cannot steal, against the sad, sad tale of the lonely orphan boy.
The orphan boy.
The orphan boy.
See at our feet they kneel, our hearts we cannot steal, against the tale
my daughters over the filthy waters. If I had an elegant diction, indulgent in innocent fiction, which is not in the same category as telling a regular terrible story.
It is telling a terrible story, which shall die with the death as his glory. The swimmer and taking his daughters over the billowy waters. It is easy and elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction, but it comes in the same category as telling a regular terrible story. It's easy and elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction, but it comes in the same category as telling a regular story.
Although a dark career sometimes involves the crime of stealing, we'd rather think that we're not altogether void of feeling. Although we live by strife, we're always sorry to begin it. For what we ask is life without a touch of poetry in it. Hail poetry, thou hand-born maid, thou gildest in the pirate's trade. Hail, flowing fount of sentiment. All hail, dividing Orient. Go, for you're at liberty. A pirate rules protect you, and honorary members of our band, we do elect you.
For he is an orphan boy.
He is for robbery, orphan boy.
And it sometimes is a useful thing to be an orphan boy.
It is for robbery, orphan boy, a robbery, orphan boy.
Oh, happy day with joyous glee, we will away and marry thee.
Oh, happy day with joyous glee, we will away and marry thee.
Should it be Paul auspiciously, her sisters all will bridesmaids be.
Should it be Paul auspiciously, her sisters all will bridesmaids be. Oh, happy day with joyous glee, we will away and marry thee. Should it be Paul auspiciously, her sisters all will bridesmaids be. Should it be Paul auspiciously, her sisters all will bridesmaids be.
Oh, master, hear one word, I do implore you. Remember Ruth, your Ruth, who kneels before you.
Yes, yes, remember Ruth, who kneels before you.
Away you did deceive me.
Away you did deceive him.
Oh, do not leave me.
Oh, do not leave her.
Away you grieve me.
Away you grieve him.
I wish you'd leave me.
We wish you'd leave him. Pray observe the magnanimity we display to lace and dignity. Never was such opportunity to get married with impunity. We give up the felicity of unbounded domesticity for a doctor of divinity who is located in this vicinity.
They observe the magnanimity, they display to lace and dignity. Never was such
excellence of your wisdom, reconcile it with your conscience to say something that will relieve my father's sorrow.
I will try, dear Mabel, but why does he sit here night after night in this draughty old ruin? Why do I sit here? In order to escape from the pirates' clutches, I described myself as an orphan. And heaven help me! I am no orphan. I came here to humble myself with the tombs of my ancestors and to implore their pardon for having brought dishonor upon the family escutcheon. But you forget, sir, you bought the property a year ago, and the stucco on your baronial castle is scarcely dry. Frederic, in this chapel there are ancestors. You cannot deny that. With the estate, I bought the chapel and its contents. I don't know whose ancestors they were, but I know whose ancestors they are, and I shudder to think that they are descendants by purchase, if I may so describe myself, was to have brought dishonor upon what I have no doubt was an unstained escutcheon. Be comforted. Had you not acted as you did, these reckless men would have assuredly called the nearest clergyman and married your large family on the spot. I thank you for your proffered solace, but it is unavailing. I assure you, Frederic, that such is the anguish and remorse I feel at the abominable falsehood by which I escaped these easily diluted pirates, that I would go to their simple-minded chief this very night and confess all. Did I not fear that the consequences would be most disastrous to myself? At what time does your expedition march against these scoundrels? At 11, and before midnight I hope to have atoned for my involuntary association with the pestilent scourges by sweeping them from the face of the earth. Then, dear Mabel, you will be mine. Are your devoted followers at hand? They are. They only await my order. Then, Frederic, let your escort, lion-hearted, be summoned to receive a general's blessing ere they depart upon their dread adventure. Dear sir, they come.
Ta-da, 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 ta-da. The uncomfortable feel. Ta-da, ta-da. And we find the wisest thing. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Is to slap our chests and sing. Ta-da, ta-da. For when threatened with the mutes. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. And your heart is in your boots. Ta-da, ta-da. There is nothing greater round like the trumpet's martial sound. Like the trumpet martial sound. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. These attentions are well meant. Ta-da, ta-da. Such expressions don't appear. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Calculated meant to cheer. Ta-da, ta-da. Who are going to meet the fate
in a highly fever state. Still to us it's evident, these intentions are well meant. Observe to greater stress on the risks that on us press, and of reference a lack to our chance of coming back. Still, perhaps it would be wise not to carp or criticize, for it's very evident these attentions are well meant.
Yes, it's very evident these attentions are well meant. Evident, yes, well meant. Evident, ah, yes, well meant.
Then do not stay. Then why this delay?
All right, we go. Yes, forward on the ball. Yes, forward on the ball.
Yes, but you don't go.
They go, they go. Yes, forward on the ball. Yes, forward on the ball.
Damn it, you don't go.
They go, they go. Unless they go, unless they go, unless they really, really go.
Now for the pirate's lair. Oh, joy unbounded. Oh, sweet relief. Oh, rapture unexampled. At last I may atone in some slight measure for the repeated acts of theft and pillage, of which at a sense of duty stern dictation I, circumstances victim, have been guilty.
Young Frederic,
Who calls
your late commander,
And I, your little brood.
Oh, mad intruders, how dare ye face me? Know ye not, oh rash ones, that I have doomed you to extermination?
have mercy on us. Hear us ere you slaughter.
I do not think I ought to listen to you, yet mercy should alloy our stern resentment. And so I will be merciful. Say on.
When you had left our pirate fort, we tried to raise our spirits faint, according to our custom old, with quips and quibbles quaint. But all in vain the quips we heard. We laid and sobbed upon the rocks, until to somebody occurred this startling paradox.
A paradox.
A paradox
We knew your taste for curious quips, for cranks and contradictions queer, and with the laughter on our lips, we wished you there to hear. We said if we could tell it him, how Frederic would the joke enjoy. And so we've risked both life and limb to tell it to our boy.
That's paradox.
That's paradox, that's most ingenious paradox. We've quips and quibbles, heard in flocks, but none to beat this paradox.
A paradox, a paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox.
For some ridiculous reason, to which, however, I have no desire to be disloyal, some person in authority,
Who?
I don't know who, very likely the astronomer royal, has decided that, although for such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty, 1 year in every 4 his days shall be reckoned as 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I wouldn't be surprised if it was owing to the agency of an ill-natured fairy. You are the victim of this clumsy arrangement, having been born in a leap year on the 29th of February.
Me?
And so, by a simple arithmetical process, you shall easily discover that though you've lived 21 years, yet if we go by birthdays, you're only 5 and a little bit over.
Dear me, let's see. Yes, yes, with yours my figures do agree. How quaint the ways of paradox, at common sense she gaily mocks. Though counting in the usual way, years 21 I've been alive. Yet reckoning by my natal day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am a little boy of 5.
He is a little boy of 5.
A paradox, a paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox, a curious paradox. A most ingenious paradox.
Curious, most absurdly whimsical. 5 1/4. No one would think of it to look at me.
You are glad now, I'll be bound that you spared us. You would have never forgiven yourself when you had discovered you had killed 2 of your comrades.
My comrades?
I think you don't understand the delicacy of the situation. You were apprenticed to us.
Until my 21st year.
No, until you reached your 21st birthday. And if we go by birthdays, you are as of yet only 5 1/4.
You don't mean to say you're going to hold me to this?
Oh no, we merely remind you of the fact and leave the rest to your sense of duty.
Don't put it on that footing! As I was merciful to you just now, be merciful to me! I implore you not to insist on the letter of your bond, just as the cup of happiness is at my lip.
We insist on nothing. We content ourselves in pointing out to you your duty.
Your duty.
Well, you have appealed to my sense of duty, and my duty is only too clear. I shudder at the thought that I had ever been mixed up with it, but duty is above all. At any price, I will do my duty.
Bravely spoken. Come, you're one of us once more.
Lead on, I follow. Oh, horror!
What is the matter?
Ought I tell you? No, I cannot. But, as one of your band,
Speak out! I charge you by that sense of conscientiousness to which we have never yet appealed in vain.
General Stanley,
Yes?
the father of my Mabel,
Yes?
he escaped from you on the plea that he was an orphan.
He did.
It breaks my heart to betray the honored father of the girl I adore.
Break it!
But as your apprentice, I have no alternative. It is my duty as a pirate to tell you that General Stanley is no orphan.
What?
More than that, he never was one.
Am I to understand that to save his contemptible life, he dared practice on our credulous simplicity? Our revenge shall be swift and terrible. We shall rally our band and attack Tremorden Castle this very night.
But stay!
Not a word! He is doomed. Away, away, my heart's on fire. I burn this base deception to repay. This very night, my vengeance dire shall glut itself in gore. Away, away.
Away, away, ere I expire, I find my duty hard to do today. My heart is filled with anguish dire, it strikes me to the core. Away, away.
With falsehood found, he tricked us of our prides. But vengeance, how the pirate soul decides. Our nature stern he softened with his lies, and in return tonight the traitor dies.
Yes,
Tonight the traitor dies. Yes, tonight the traitor dies.
Tonight he dies.
Yes, sir, early tomorrow.
This girl's like wise,
The water is over.
The ones of sport,
In the niches they cherish.
and all who plot.
to abuse it shall perish.
Tonight he dies so early tomorrow. His girls likewise they will water in sorrow. The ones of spot in their natures they cherish, and all who plot to abuse it shall perish. Away, away, away. Tonight the traitor dies. Away, away tonight, tonight, tonight. The traitor dies tonight. Away.
Come on!
All is prepared, your gallant crew await you. My Frederic in tears, it cannot be that Lionheart quails at the coming conflict.
No, Mabel, no. A terrible disclosure has just been made. Mabel, my dearly loved one, I bound myself to serve the pirate captain until I've reached my 21st birthday.
But you are 21.
I've just discovered that I was born in the leap year, and that birthday will not be reached by me till 1940.
Oh, horrible! Catastrophe appalling!
And so farewell.
No, no! Oh, Frederic, hear me! Stay, Frederic, stay! They have no legal claim. No shadow of a shame will fall upon thy name.
but when stern duty calls, I must obey.
Stay, Frederic, stay.
Nay, Mabel, nay. But duty's name the sword, my sorrow falls, but when stern duty calls. I must obey.
Leave me not to pine alone and desolate. No fate seemed fair as mine, no happiness so great. And nature day by day has sung in accents clear this joyous roundelay. He loves thee, he is here. Fa la la, fa la la. He loves thee, he is here. Fa
Must I leave thee here in endless night to dream, where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow all supreme, where nature day by day will sing in altered tone this weary roundelay. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la la la. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la. Fa la. In 1940 I of age shall be. I'll then return and claim you, I declare it.
It seems so long.
Swear that till then you will be true to me.
Yes, I'll be strong. By all the Stanleys dead and gone, I swear it.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth, and here is food for joyous laughter. She will be faithful to her sooth, till we are wed, and even after. Oh, here is love, and here is truth.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth.
She will be faithful to her
She'll
sooth,
be faithful to her
till we are wed, and even after.
we are wed.
And even after.
Yes, even after.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth, and here is food for joyous laughter. He will be faithful to her sooth.
Till we are wed, and even after.
He will be faithful to her sooth. in body and in mind.
Tarantara, tarantara.
We are timidly inclined,
Tarantara,
and anything but blind
tarantara, tarantara.
to the danger that's behind.
Tarantara,
Yet when the danger's near,
tarantara, tarantara.
we manage to appear
Tarantara,
as insensible to fear as anybody here, as anybody here.
Sergeant, approach! Young Frederic was to have led you to death and glory.
that is not a pleasant way of putting it.
No matter. He will not so lead you, for he has allied himself once more with his old associates.
He has acted shamefully.
You speak falsely! You know nothing about it. He has acted nobly.
He has acted nobly.
Dearly as I loved him before, his heroic sacrifice to his sense of duty has endeared him to me tenfold. But if it was his duty to constitute himself my foe, it is likewise my duty to regard him in that light. He has done his duty, I will do mine. Go ye and do yours.
Right-o.
This is perplexing.
We cannot understand it at all.
No matter. Our course is clear. We must do our best to capture these pirates alone. It is most distressing to us to be the agents whereby our erring fellow creatures are deprived of that liberty which is so dear to us all. But we should have thought about that before we joined the force.
We should.
Well, too late now.
Is.
When a felon's not engaged in his employment,
Or
or maturing his felonious little plans,
little plans.
his capacity for innocent enjoyment
Scent enjoyment.
is just as great as any honest man's.
Honest man.
Our feelings we with difficulty smother
Multi-smother.
when constabulary duties to be done.
To be done.
Take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one.
When constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one. Happy one.
When the enterprising burglar's not a burgling,
Not a burgling.
when the cutthroat isn't occupied in crime,
Hiding crime.
he loves to hear the little brook a gurgling
Brook a gurgling.
and listen to the merry village chime.
Village chime.
When the costas finish jumping on his mother,
On his mother.
he loves to lie a-basking in the sun.
In the sun.
Take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one. When constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Happy one. pirates we, who tired of tossing on the sea, are trying their hand in a burglary with weapons grim and gory.
Hush, hush! I hear them on the manor poaching. With stealthy steps the pirates are approaching.
We are not coming for plate or gold, a story General Stanley stole. We seek a penalty 50-fold for General Stanley's story.
They seek a penalty
50-fold, we seek a penalty 50-fold. We seek a penalty 50-fold for General Stanley's story.
They come in force with stealthy stride. Our obvious course is now to hide.
We can't like tread upon a prey we steal. In silence dread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's foot forward, be distinctly heard. So stealthily the pirate creeps, for all the house who soundly sleeps. Come, friends, to plow the sea. Truce to navigation, take another station. Let's marry piracy with a little burglary. Come, friends, to plow the sea. Truce to navigation, take another station. Let's marry piracy with a little burglary.
Here's your crowbar and your centrobit, your life preserver. You may want to hit your silent matches, your dark lantern seas. Take your foul and your skeletonic keys.
We can't let tread, in silence tread. We can't like tread upon a prey we steal. In silence tread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's foot forward, distinctly heard. Come, friends, to plow the sea. Trust to navigation, take another station. Let's marry piracy with a little burglary. We can't make tread upon a prey we steal. In silence tread, on cautious way we feel.
Hush, hush! Not a word. I see a light inside. The Major General comes, so quickly hide.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. Tormented with the anguished dread of falsehood untold, I lay upon my sleepless bed and toss and turned and groan. The man who finds his conscience ache, no peace at all enjoys. And as I lay in bed awake, I thought I heard a noise. He thought he heard a noise. Ha ha! know all is still in dale on hill. My mind is set at ease. So still the scene, it must have been the sighing of the Sighing softly to the river comes the loving breeze, setting nature all a-quiver, rustling through the trees. And the brook with lifting measure laughs so
Yes, the trees for very love wave their leafy arms above. Pretty brook, thy dream is over, for thy love is but a rover. Sad the lot of poplar trees, courted by a fickle breeze. Sad the lot of poplar trees, courted by a fickle breeze.
Now what is this and what is that and why does father leave his rest at such a time of night as this, so very incompletely dressed? Your father isn't always was the most methodical of men. It says it's very humble rules to go to bed at half past. No strange occurrence can it be that calls your father from his rest at such a time of night as this, so very incompletely dressed. So very incompletely dressed at such a time of night.
His life is over!
The pirates of despair!
Yes, we're the pirates of despair.
Frederic here, oh joy, oh rapture, summon your men and effect their capture.
Frederic, save us!
Beautiful Mabel, I would if I could, but I am not able.
He's telling the truth, he is not able. Come here.
With base deceit, you worked upon our feelings. Revenge is sweet, and flavors all our dealings. With courage rare, and resolution manly, for death prepare, unhappy General Stanley.
Is he to die, unshriven and annealed?
Oh, spare him!
Will no one in his cause a weapon wield?
Oh, spare him!
Yes, we are here, though hitherto concealed.
Rapture!
So to constabulary pirates yield.
You triumph now, for well we trow, your mortal career's cut short. No pirate band will take its stand at the central criminal court.
To gain a brief advantage you've contrived, but your proud triumph will not be long-lived. Don't say you're orphans, for we know that game.
On your allegiance we've a stronger claim. We charge you yield. We charge you yield in Queen Victoria's name.
You do.
We do. We charge you yield in Queen Victoria's name.
We yield at once with humble mien, because with all our faults we love our queen.
Yes, yes, with all their faults, they love their queen. Yes, yes, with all their faults, they love their queen.
Away with them and place them at the bar.
One moment. Let me tell you who they are. They are no members of the common throng. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong.
They are all noblemen who have gone wrong.
No Englishman unmoved that statement is, because with all our faults we love our house of peers. I pray you pardon me, ex-pirate king. Peers will be peers, and youth will have its fling. Resume your ranks and legislative duties, and take my daughter.